We started down the path of trying to produce a small live production switcher that would give all of those professional features to these guys.
Hello everyone, here from the Blackmagic Design booth, and I'm here with Stuart Ashton, who is the Director EMEA of Blackmagic Design. Stuart, we have some really interesting new products here. For example, the ATEM Mini. Let's talk about it. Maybe you can show us around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is a product which has been a really exciting project for us, because everybody who is aware of our switcher history knows that we've been making SDI-based switchers now for a number of years. And each of those switchers, we've added more and more features, increased resolutions. We kind of got to that point where we started to realize that our presence within that broadcast space, that professional live production space, was doing really well. But we started to see this uprise of online broadcasters that were, putting out some fantastic live production projects.
Like Twitch gamers and the like, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at these guys who are doing the gaming stuff, when they're doing the vlogging, they're really doing some really cool things. And we felt that why should we leave those guys out? I think that for us, it's about making sure that everybody has access to these professional tools. So we started down the path of trying to produce a small switcher, small live production switcher, that would give all of those professional features and all of that broadcast quality that we have in the larger range of our products to these guys. And at the same time as well, also give them a stepping stone into our product range. So if you're looking at a switcher for the first time today, what we wanted to make sure was that transition from our first switcher was a very intuitive step every time that you move through from one switcher to another. So that's where we came up with the ATEM Mini.
And it has very interesting technical specifications for a product that is only less than 300 euros.
Yeah, so the starting point is connectivity. How are these guys going to work? What's the typical way in which they would interface with their cameras? Which way would they interface with their screens? So what we did is made this entirely HDMI based. But then while also we're very familiar with the fact that a lot of these domestic cameras that are out there and the lower end HDMI cameras, DSLRs out there, have different output resolutions. So we put scalers on every input. As an output from this switcher, we work entirely in 1080 with the ability to go up to 1080p 60, but all the scalers on those 4 HDMI inputs will bring everything up to 1080. So we're now working in the best possible HD resolution and format. What we then have is we have a HDMI output, so if you wanted to monitor your switch live, onto a monitor, onto a screen, a larger screen, you have the ability to do that. But we also have on there a USB-C connection as well. Now, people are starting to think, well, what's that USB-C for? Is it for storage? Is it for communication? Well, what we started to realize is that most people that are actually doing live switching are using some form of streaming software like Skype, YouTube, Facebook, OBS. And what we wanted to do was interface this switcher with a computer so that when the computer software actually sees the device, it sees it in the most simplistic form, which ultimately is a webcam. So when we're doing all of the switching, it's all downstream. The output of that USB-C connection into the PC or the Mac then interfaces with that software as effectively a webcam. And then obviously your live stream is done over that USB-C connection.